Hey everyone, Tin Man here. Game 2 of our constructed Gauntlet. We're up against something of a mirror match. Our green-red ramp versus their green-red ramp. They're running Bristleback instead of Axe, and Lycan instead of our Omni Knight. The Bristleback is probably just a budget choice. They probably don't own Axe. But Lycan versus Omni Knight is something that I discussed very much in my deck tech article. If that's not already up, I know I'm recording this before I've been fully released. Make sure you check that out. But if it's not out, look for it in the coming days. I think we'll just let this fight happen. No reason to spend a duel this early on, especially when it would just be a trade. And we'll just let this trade, and then lane 3 just the same. We'll have a Salamene's Favor that we're only going to be able to cast from lane 2 next turn. And if we want max value, it has to go into lane 3, which means we'd have 6 mana in lane 3. What do we do with 6 mana in lane 3? Well, if we draw a Stars Align, we could Time of Triumph on turn 2, which would be amazing. Kind of an ideal scenario. But that requires us drawing exactly Stars Align. And we need to put Legion Commander over here, which I think we want to do anyway. I can't buy anything. Let's see where the creep spawns go. One creep spawn does go into lane 3, but it does not go into lane 2. So that's important because now we deploy into lane 2. It's going to guarantee go in front of Lycan. Or if they have to play Treant in this lane, then it might not. But then it will go in front of Treant, more than likely. Treant or Lycan. Or I suppose the creep, but it was unlikely they were going to put Treant in that lane regardless, because then they'd be double stacking their green heroes. And they played Mist into lane 1, which means they probably want to play into lane 1. Okay, so a little bit unfortunate here that we did draw the Stars Align. I'd kind of written off that as a possibility of the turn 2 Time of Triumph. And because we don't have a green hero in lane 1, we don't have that option. But that's okay. We'll still get turn 3. And I will smash their defenses there. Draw a card. And actually I can now Emissary in lane 3. It's not quite a Time of Triumph, but I think that seems pretty reasonable. Looks like our opponent is decently far ahead in lane 1 here, so we're going to have to make a strong pivot to lanes 2 and 3. Luckily, we are already winning lane 2 here. And I think I just Salamene's in lane 3 and then play the Emissary and buff. And then that should kill off the Legion Commander because it'll add a total of 4 points to the damage she's being dealt. I guess I'm a bit afraid of a duel here. That is a possibility. Do I play around that by playing Cheating Death instead? Oh. Actually, since my opponent had initiative, it seemed like if they were going to duel, they were going to duel first action. So, a little unfortunate. Maybe I should have considered that possibility ahead of time instead of trying to go all in on this Emissary play. And now we're kind of in an awkward spot where we're behind on lanes 1 and 3. And we're only deploying 1 hero. So, with that in mind, I don't think I need extra card draw. I think I need just these items. So, let's go into lane 3. I think that's easier to defend given the current state of things. Especially since that has the Incarnate, or the Salamene's Favor. Where is it? Maybe it is easier to defend lane 1. Because I think I actually want to save the Stars Line for a Time of Triumph on mid lane next turn. I think maybe it is easier to defend lane 1. And I think they're going to assume I'm giving up on lane 1. So now that we dodged their hero, maybe. We'll see. Not an amazing Amazing draw there, but hey, cheating death always has a chance to feel like you're cheating. I'm not going to do anything in mid lane other than maybe Omni Knight active. Do feel bad that I used the Salamanes in lane 3 though. Oof. Arm the Rebellion. That is a little bit rough. I think I'm just going to pass and just try to save initiative for next turn when I can... Oh, never mind. I cannot do that now. Got to play a Revtel on her. Now next turn I can bring in Axe and Treant and then Time of Triumph in lane 1, and we can reclaim lane 1 all of a sudden. We'll be a bit... we're behind on damage, but I think that'll be a very powerful swing here. We already don't have initiative, so I might as well use Omni Knight on himself, heal him up, and continue bashing away at this lane. Unfortunately, we've not pushed any damage on the lane, but that's RNG for you. Alright, so Red Mist Pillager goes in lane 3. That is fine by me, because that is a lane that happens so much later, and we can presumably race on lanes 1 and 2, and that was their last item card in hand, and they do not have a Blink Dagger, and they don't have gold for it, so they're pretty much going to be stuck in lane 3. So we need to very aggressively win lanes 1 and 2. I think I just want to buy Town Portal Scroll and Demagicking Maul. I don't think there's anything I want to Demagicking Maul, but... So I can go all in here, and then Stars Line Time of Triumph. They don't even have a Drow Ranger, so we're not really even afraid of a Gust to mess up that 2-card combo. And we'll do first action Stars Align, so that they can't even duel our 1 red hero and kill it before we get to play the Time of Triumph. Okay, so we are taking some damage here, but let's just Stars Align, Time of Triumph, mop up this board. We'll still take our chunk here. We'll still take we're getting 14 from, oh, the Red Mist Maul, right? Like, oh yeah, Siege 5. That's a lot of siege. But then we'll get Bristleback low, and we'll have somebody to block him next turn. Either the Spring the Trap or Roseleaf Druid. And so lane 3 is dead this turn. Ooh, that's a lot. But we're not dead yet. Maybe it makes more sense to Emissary, actually. Does it make more sense to Emissary? I don't get the Cleave, but I'm not going to kill this guy with... Or I would kill this guy with Cleave. Yeah, I think it makes more sense to Emissary. In front of this wolf, save some points. Kill that off. Have an extra guy for Bristleback to maybe curve into. And it still trades here and there. Axe will still kill the wolf. She might die now. 50-50. So it'll still be a close game. We actually do need to kill lane 2 at some point. We have not really done any damage in lane 2 just yet. Oh, it's unfortunate. They found a healing salve. But I guess I can... It's unfortunate because now the armor is gonna, or the siege is gonna still be around, which means we're almost dead. I just have to assume if they kill the tower in lane 3 that they can't kill the ancient in one shot next turn. It's got to be my assumption. And then I'm on a 2-turn clock to win the game. If I just take the 5 from siege here next turn. Unfortunately, she did die, even though she tried to cheat death. I do need to kill this lane at some point. I need to deal 40, so I think it might make sense to demagicking Maul here and play a Roseleaf Druid so that I can Time of Triumph in this lane next turn. Is that enough? That depends on the creep spawns, but I think just baseline it should be enough. And then this lane is not dead yet. And if we can make this lane not dead this turn, that'll be amazing. Because then that's, you know, next turn they unlock the Ancient, and then after that might be dead. But we just need to make sure that they did not kill the Ancient on this turn so that I get 2 more combat steps in lane 1. I did not get any creep spawns here. Oh boy. I was hoping for at least one. All right. So, what is there to do? There is Spring the Trap, and there is Duel and Berserker's Call. I think I need to... Ugh. If I got a single creep spawn here, I think we're in great shape. No matter which guy it goes in front of. Uh-oh. Are we just dead now? I think we're just dead now. Ugh. I thought we had a great game plan for this. Now this lane's dead and lane 3's dead this turn too. There is no way around this. I got a single creep spawn to block any of these. I could then Berserker's Call the other 2 and make sure Spring Trap goes in both the other combat spots. And none of the curves happened. That was just horrendous luck. Yuck. Alright, so looks like a lot of things did not go our way on this last turn here, where we needed, you know, Drow Ranger to survive the 50-50, or to get a creep spawn here, or have them curve into one of our guys, or not have Hand of God so that we could Duel or Berserker's Call one of them. So I thought we had plenty of ways to survive this lane next turn, and none of them worked. So it's just unfortunate. There's no chance we can survive lane 3, so I think we're just dead. That's unfortunate. Sometimes them's the breaks, but I really did think we had enough, you know, with so many different ways to survive lane 1. If we survive lane 1 this turn, we could potentially kill it next turn. Although that siege damage could have been really added up, but it would have been a lot closer. Maybe we could force a draw at that point. All right, so we lost, but we'll try again next game.